everybody. Welcome to the show. This week we are talking about Marvel and DC. You notice I say Marvel and DC and not Marvel versus DC because we're not just pitting them against each other. They're just both equally, I think, good, right? Apples and oranges, two things that people like, and there's no way that you could choose one or the other, no matter what the theme of the show is. It doesn't matter that the show is called Pick a Side, Stupid. I don't have to choose a side, It's Marvel. Movies, Marvel, has been killing it for years now. But then DC has, the Batman from 1966. Is that the year that one was made? Yeah. And Batman 1966, takes out all of Marvel that's recent. And then, it's kind of even like that. So it doesn't matter how bad the other DC movies were. It doesn't matter that Batman Begins and The Dark Knight were terrible movies. That's not important. What matters is Batman 1966 is great. And I watched Aquaman last night, and that was better than every Christopher Nolan movie that's ever been made. So I just want to point that out. I do have a bunch of friends with me here tonight that are going to debate Marvel and DC, and let's go around and say hi to everybody. Hey, James Sheehan, how's it going, man?
Hey, Sean, it's going great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Look at this fancy office that I'm in right now.
I know it's amazing. It must be yours, right?
It's not a background, I'll tell you that. Look at that. It's not a fake background.
Or a really expensive green screen.
Yeah, a green screen that I put way back behind me. That's right. So you have a little clip from a comic strip behind you. You want to explain it a little bit?
Well, we got the Thanos copter. Because everyone knows Thanos can't fly. So, he put in the hours. He studied his rotations, took a couple flight classes, and but got enough solos in required hours to get his helicopter license. So really proud of him. Really, really proud of him.
Yeah, that's nice. And Sarah could tell you that this is true, but every time I see a helicopter in a movie, I'm like, that's so dangerous. Helicopters are so dangerous. But I guess if you're Thanos, you're probably like he'd probably live if it crashed, right?
I mean, you think about it, you got to put in a lot of work to learn to fly a helicopter, and you only have to take like 6 courses and do a license test once to drive a car. So I think flying a helicopter might be safer than driving a car based on, how often I see people not drive cars well.
Yeah, no, I think it's more like mechanical stuff that can go wrong. Maybe that was Thanos' plan the whole time, was to take enough people in helicopter rides, crash enough helicopters that he wipes out half of the population.
I'm already waiting in line to see that Avengers movie when it comes out. Sign me up.
Yeah. All right. Great. Well, I love it. I love the background you got there. We also have our good friend R.A. Bartlett with us. Hey, R.A.
Hey, guys.
How's it going? So you're a big movie buff. How many of the DC and Marvel movies do you think you've seen?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I've seen everything except New Mutants.
Okay. All right. What's holding you back from watching New Mutants?
I think just the pandemic. It's I didn't go to theaters at all, and I'm not a big on-demand watcher. I don't want the government seeing what I order on my pay-per-view, so I'm gonna wait till I can get it free gratis there.
Okay. And so last question before we head on to somebody else, but because you're such a big movie buff, I want to know, what do you think is like the best, DC or Marvel movie, and what do you think is the worst one as well?
If I had to say the best, I think I maybe had the most fun watching the first Guardians of the Galaxy. And I think it was like maybe the tightest movie because none of them are like sort of super dense or anything. So I just went for the biggest gliding one. The worst one is the bootleg Fantastic Four from 1994, which has never officially been released. They pretty much Marvel actually just bought the movie back outright so that no one would ever see it.
Wow. Okay. So, but have people seen it? Is it like people online have downloaded it somehow?
Oh yeah, no, it's on YouTube. It's
Oh, okay.
yeah, no. The best way to get people that want to see a movie is knowing that they can't.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right. We also have our friend Jer Palabel with us. Hey, Jer, how's it going?
Hey, hello. How's it going?
Great. How are you tonight?
I'm doing okay. I'm broadcasting from outside the Hall of Justice.
Nice.
The weather's pretty good.
The Hall of Justice is DC?
Yep, that would be, yeah.
Nailed it. So are you a DC guy over Marvel?
Not really. Pretty much tied. I just thought that this was a nice background to have, as I debate. Okay. As long as I have justice on my side.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
And did you get into comic books and stuff, or are you more of just the movies type of guy?
Both. Yeah, definitely movies and comics.
Nice.
I read a lot of them.
Okay. Any good comics that I should check out that I probably don't know about? Keeping in mind that I know about almost zero comics.
Check out some Daredevil.
Okay. All right.
Michael Bendis's run. Delightful and dark and weird.
All right. Maybe I'll check that one out. That was one that popped up a lot today when I asked people who their favorite character was from either Marvel or DC. So I'll have to check it out. All right. We also have our good friend Nick Marcucci. How's it going, Nick?
Going great.
I see you've dressed. You've dressed for the occasion?
I have. I can now do almost everything that a spider is able to do.
Okay. What's the thing that you can't do yet?
Oh, I don't have superpowers.
Oh. Okay.
But
So
I can eat bugs and die in a sadly short amount of time. I can also hype up pigs, but that's not canon.
Sure. I gotcha. What's the background that we got here?
Oh, this is from one of the classic Marvel DC crossovers, where they just had all of their big heroes fight each other and then become friends and nothing changed.
Oh.
Which is the best part of comic books.
Nothing changes?
Nothing changes.
Yeah. Why do they fight? I never got into
the money.
Okay, that's why they fight. Okay,
it sells the comic books.
Gotcha. All right, perfect. We also have our good friend Rachel Dunbar with us. Hey, Rachel, how's it going?
Hi, Sean. I'm good. How are you?
Good. You also, it looks like you also have like kind of an entourage pick behind you.
Yeah. I got just a couple of friends behind me.
Nice. I like that you look back like this is really painted on your wall.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the only picture that I could use as a background where like my head wasn't covering the whole picture. Yeah, there you go.
When you look behind you, I felt like maybe you didn't realize what I was talking about, and you looked at your wall to see if there was a picture from the show Entourage or something. Like you're like, did I post that?
No, I got my friend the Hulk here, and I got Storm over here. I think back there I see Magneto. It's
like everybody.
I know.
Yeah, the Hulk is great. Let me ask you: do you prefer Hulk from like recent times where it's all CGI, or where just like Lou Ferrigno is playing him?
I love Lou Ferrigno. I love him on King of Queens, where he's like living off like the former glory of being the Hulk and whatever. But also, I still think my favorite version of the Hulk was the Ang Lee movie with the Eric Bana. If y'all remember that movie, where he's fighting the dogs, and the dogs have some very prominent CGI balls, and he punches them in the balls.
Yeah, especially fun?
Yeah. I hope that comes up as a question, but
I did not write any Hulk punching or Eric. Was it Eric Bana or the Hulk that punched him in the balls? But I did
it
not.
was Eric Bana as the Hulk punching a
Okay.
dog in the balls. It was
Yeah,
yeah.
amazing.
What
Also,
a note
Eric
to come
Ban-
in on.
Also, Eric Bana used to be a comedian. I didn't know that, but I just
Really?
found that out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in that movie Funny People, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, he's like the Bill Hader of Australia.
Huh.
Oh,
I did not know that. Well, that's good to know. We've learned something today. And everybody's here now. Joe showed up as you're talking about punching dogs in the balls. But let's say hi to Joe since he's here. Hey, Joe, how's it going?
hey, Sean. I'm good, thanks. I'm excited to geek out. This is a lifelong thing for me.
Nice. Yeah. Who's your favorite character in any comic?
In any comic, well, I love. I'm the kind of nerd that likes like the indie comics. I love like Why the Last Man is probably my favorite.
Okay. So people that I have not heard of.
Yeah, but for like just superheroes, I'm an X-Men guy. I do like Wolverine and love I love Colossus might be my favorite. Colossus or Nightcrawler.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Nightcrawler. Well, Nightcrawler, I just feel good about because he's the best player in the arcade game.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah, you can't beat that. I think his power, he just threw his body into people at extra fast speeds and killed them. So you can't beat that.
It's the best.
All right, cool. We also have our good friend Hallie Griffin with us tonight. Hey, Hallie.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Yeah.
How's Cosmo?
He's good at the moment, but that might change.
Mm-hmm.
My roommate gave him raw catnip earlier today, and he tore around, so he's sleeping for now, but we'll see if that holds out all night. He recently started sleeping through the night.
Oh,
but not every
nice.
But when he sleeps through the night, oh boy, it's
day.
great. I don't have to tell you as another parent.
Yeah, I'm a cat mom, so I know what's up.
Basically the same thing. Stevie and Cosmo, just two peas in a pod. Equal.
Yeah.
Equal level of
yeah. So, okay, if you had to choose a favorite character from a comic book, who are you going with?
I am gonna say Nightcrawler, and I feel like I do this every time I'm on the show where I reveal this like weird sexual like awakening in my childhood. Thanks. But I saw X2 when I was like 12, and that was the movie that got me into comic books, and like Nightcrawler was my favorite character, so I just started reading everything that I could that had Nightcrawler in it. And so that's the only reason I actually got into comic books, and that's the reason I got into art, which is why I went to college for art, which is where I am now.
Oh, wow.
So that is my answer.
So Nightcrawler is to thank for all of that, and was also the best arcade.
Nightcrawler is why I work in the district attorney's office now, yes. That is how I got there.
All right, perfect. Well, we also have our good friend Chloe Cunha with us today. Hey, Chloe, how's it going?
Hello, how's it going?
Great. I feel like you're on the last. I can't remember who's on each like pick a side that we do, but I do know that you're on the last one because I know that you're dressed up. I know Archer was dressed
That's
up.
true. I have a Supergirl outfit.
Yeah, and it's.
Yeah, it was fun. I have a Wonder Girl shirt, like a plain T-shirt that I could have worn, and I completely forgot. So that's my bad.
Next year, when we do this again, you know, you remember the Wonder Woman outfit?
Supergirl.
And yeah, good. So do you have a favorite character?
I do, and it's definitely Batman. And I know that Batman's taken a lot of heat in recent times because he's just like a rich guy who just beats people up for no reason, which is valid. It's valid. But I love Batman because he's so weird. He's such a weird, fucking crazy gothic like fairy tale character. He's bizarre. You know, I grew up like watching the Batman animated series, which
Mhm.
like aesthetically and narratively was just so amazing and like really cool on every level. And I love the Tim Burton Batmans, you know, Batman and Batman Returns. So for me, it's always going to be Batman. And yeah, he's just so weird. He's just a dude. He's just a dude with a lot of money. Like he doesn't need to do this. He doesn't need to do any of it. And he's just bizarre. He's a man who just dresses up in a like Superman is an alien. It kind of makes you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Batman is just a guy who should go to therapy, and he's just an interesting character to me. You know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
All right. So
And
you
I like
like
his villains. You know, the whole universe, I guess. It's not just Batman. It's like the entire
sure.
Batman, um, you know, everything about it, really. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with the Tim Burton stuff though. Those were
Mhm.
really good, and that was like when I was young and still like really like. I think that was one of the first movies that I saw that I was like, oh, this is kind of like a little darker, like the Michael Keaton one. I was like, okay, this is nice.
I think Michael Keaton's the best Batman. I don't know if that's a debate point that's going to come up later, but I think he's the best. He's the best. You know, everybody else like does a stupid like Batman voice. Like
I have said that before. I agree with you, but like some people will bring up Adam West, which I think is a good point. Adam
that's
West is
true.
great.
He's a very different kind of Batman. You know,
And then
yeah, he's
sometimes
also
people bring
good
up
in
voice
movies.
acting too, because like you were saying,
Yes.
the Batman animated series, you
That's
know,
true. Kevin
are we going to
Conroy.
discount
Yeah.
voice actors?
Sorry, I'm sitting on a charger. Kevin Conroy is for the voice is a great Batman. That's true. But in terms of like the cinematic appearances, I still think it's Michael Keaton, like hands down. You know.
Yeah.
Although I do, Adam West is different. He's like a campy, fun kind of Batman, which is I enjoy too. There's a place for that as well. But I like the weird, dark, fucked up Batman personally. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
All right. Well, let's get into the debate. Let's do it. Everybody's here. We're ready to argue. And Katie Baker says she's Team Keaton as well. So we're in good company.
I think we could all at least agree that Danny DeVito is the one true Penguin.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. For
Oh.
sure.
So good.
You don't want to wait for Colin Farrell before you make that.
Colin Farrell's gonna play the Penguin.
Yeah, he is. You should look it up.
It was truly
because he's under
the
heavy
part
makeup
Danny
and it's
DeVito
crazy.
was physically born to play.
Although I will say, if you watch the show Gotham, the guy that plays the Penguin in that is good.
He is actually really good.
I
but he
also
doesn't
want to make an
look-
interjection.
Yeah.
If you guys have seen the Harley Quinn animated series, Wayne Knight plays the Penguin in that show.
Oh fuck, that's
Yeah.
So good.
Danny
Yeah, that's a
DeVito
good
is on top, but Wayne Knight, he's right
Shit,
there.
that's awesome.
Really good.
That's solid.
We need more Wayne Knight love in this world.
I was honestly sorry, this is a distraction. I know we got to start debating, but I was thinking about Batman Returns earlier because I love the like bizarre, fucked up aesthetic choices. The Penguin in that movie just has like black bile in his mouth at all times for no reason. And it would never happen today because people would be like, why is that shit in his mouth? Because it looks fucked up. That's why. You don't need to explain everything. You know?
Well, Pee Wee Herman abandoned him as a child, so that's what happens.
And now he's evil. It makes sense to me. Oh, all right,
Danny DeVito
I'm
Penguin?
already revved up. Like,
I think the Danny DeVito Penguin is younger than most of us.
it's possible.
That's
Like
probably
like
true.
it's like it
In
was a
terms of
29-year later caption. So he was like
Yeah, he's supposed to
30
be
in
like
that
30 or
movie.
something like that.
He aged beautifully.
He's just a young man about town.
Yeah. But yeah, I do agree. Probably the Penguin. Danny DeVito as the Penguin is probably the best villain that I've seen in a movie. and that includes Jack Nicholson, who was a terrible Joker. That's just a bad casting
I
choice
kind of
right
like his
there.
joke too.
All right.
What can I say?
It's good because it's insane. Like,
Yeah.
it's not.
Exactly.
He's great at playing Jack Nicholson playing the Joker.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Valid. Yeah.
All right, let's get into the debate, and we can have all kinds of side arguments as we go through this. But let's do our first debate of the night, and it will be Rachel Dunbar and Nick Marcucci. So, Rachel, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second, please, John.
Second. Okay, Nick. The categories that you can choose from are origin, powers, villains, friends, and wild card.
Well, in honor of hanging out with all my friends right now, let's go friends.
Okay. Your question is from Katie Dungar, and she asks, who is the better sidekick? Crypto the super dog or Robin the boy wonder?
Crypto the super dog is I pick a dog over a young boy most of the time in my life. I think I don't have to worry about a super powered dog dying. I do have to worry about a Robin dying. It's happened more than once. I don't want that responsibility. At best, he's my ward, and I don't want to explain that to people. I would rather just hang around with a cute little pupper and a cape and some real fun powers. I want just a dog over a young boy who knows gymnastics. Really, I think that's where I stand on that issue. Time.
Look, I am a lady of a certain age, and I require the strength and the tenacity of youth. I just need a young boy to complete me. You know, I'm in this weird stage where I'm not too old. I'm not old enough to get a dog to cure my loneliness. But I am still young enough that it is acceptable for me to spend time with a young fella. And here's the thing. Everybody wants to fight crime with their lover. Who doesn't want that? That's a great date night. Also, bonus, he can do gymnastics. Y'all can fill in the blanks there. There are things that I would like to do with a young man that I can't do with a dog. This is just biology, people. Yeah, time.
I guess maybe we have to specify which Robin we're talking about, because you can go down to as young as 10. And at that point, get a dog, Rachel. You're old enough to have a dog. Do not abduct an orphan boy. I think that you can find love in your life by having a little pup around the house in a way that you can't have with a prepubescent child who just lost his parents. I think that that's irresponsible, really, for you to just kind of adopt that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
Adopt a dog.
Like, being a young adolescent person, how do you think I got to this country? Man, that's exactly my adoption story. All right. I was a young person just abandoned, and this rich white man was like, come to my home, be my sidekick, So here's the thing, like I can't take care of a dog. I can't. I would forget to take care of it. A little boy, you can train to take care of themselves. Okay, that's you can take it. You can, yeah.
All right, a lot of good points here. I have to just assume that Rachel was talking about an older version of Robin than the 10-year, maybe the Chris O'Donnell Robin, who is 22 years old when he played Robin. So, hey, I just can't choose here. So it's going to be up to you, the audience, to pick your winner. Head into the Pick a Side Stupid poll. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description right below where it says voting link. You click on that and you'll see your options to vote there, right there, Nick Marcucci or Rachel Dunbar. And, you know, you might want to also leave a note on the website what your, you know, social security number is or something like that while you're there. And don't worry about it. It's just for, you know, security purposes. So while people are voting, let's ask a little question. These are not trivia questions. These are simply opinion questions that I'm going to go around and ask people as the voting happens. So first, we'll start with Joe Polana. And Joe, I just want to know, which do you think is funnier, Marvel or DC?
Intentionally Marvel. DC unintentionally is crazy. That the choices they make are insane. Like I love the like them trying, like the DC universe trying to figure out the algorithms that work for the Marvel universe. They're just like, oh, you want like a Superman that kills people? Because Captain America killed that guy. I'll just kill people without remorse. That's what you want, right? And it's wild, and I love that. I hate it as a viewer, but as a impartial observer of capitalism, it's fascinating. But Marvel's just like, they got actually funny characters that are funny on purpose.
Right. Who's the funniest Marvel character?
Probably Howard the Duck. He's just a duck that's sassy. It's like, that's the funniest shit.
All right, that's a good point. I forgot Howard the Duck was actually a Marvel character.
Yeah,
He shows up in Endgame.
I tried to make Howard the Duck my background, but my head was blocking him. So.
Oh, I mean, we should do a whole episode just about that film, just to force people to watch that.
We really should. We've done things like that before, so why not?
Fuck yeah, man! I'm in.
I have to ask Nick, at what point was Howard the Duck in Endgame?
Spoiler. During the final battle, there is a shot of Howard the Duck coming out of one of the portals holding a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Howard the Duck helped defeat Thanos.
That's amazing. Wow. All right. I love it. Well, let's see how people voted for this first debate of the night. And we'll see who won, whether it was Nick or Rachel. And the results are in, and Nick Marcucci is our winner this first round. So Nick will be moving on to, I mean, everybody loves a dog, right? You know, so I guess that just makes sense.
In a way that's appropriate.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Our next matchup is between Joe Polana and R.A. Bartlett. So, Joe, do you want to go first or second here?
I would like to go second, please.
Second, okay. R.A., would you like a question from Origin, Powers, Villains, or Wildcard?
I'll go with villains.
Villains, okay. So your question is from Steve Albert, and he asks, should villains be complex people with understandable motivations or just greedy and sadistic?
Well, you should have complex motivations, because then everyone will think that you're the hero of the movie and you get to be the star of the movie villain and the actual villain memes. Like, yeah, like, you know, Magneto is like basically the Che Guevara of comics, because everyone's like, no, yeah, like, fucking kill those like human Nazis. That's what you want to do, is you want to, and eventually like you'll get your own spin-off. Like everyone, because Chadwick Boseman died, everyone's like, no, make Killmonger the new Black Panther. It's a good career motive to just say like, oh yeah, no, I'm totally doing this for a reason. And time.
Great.
Right.
I couldn't disagree more. Nothing like just because if they have complex motives, then you realize how silly the whole thing is. There's no plan. Like, oh great, you ruled the world. Now you have to rule the world. You have to think about like taxes and shit. That's not fun. There's no yeah, the more complex they are, the more it exposes how silly the whole thing is. We want to just see a big dumb guy who likes to kill. That's a good villain. That's scarier, honestly, in a real life situation. Like, oh, he just likes killing? That's terrifying. Yeah. And that's like all that's why like in horror movies, it always ruins them when they explain it. It's like it's way scarier that this is just a guy out there killing pretty people or teens who fuck. That's scary. Teens fucking and murderers, both equally terrifying. Time.
Well, yeah, no, it's better not to like make a horror villain a sad boy, but that's why it's a different genre. Like you don't expect the same thing from horror movies as you do Pixar movies. The superhero genre, like the character has to talk. Like you want to get like Ian McKellen or Josh Brolin to sign on. You got to give them some good lines. You got to give them motivation. Like they're not, like otherwise, if you don't give them a motivation, you're gonna be like, oh, this is just an old, weak British guy. He should be out of the picture in 5 minutes. But if like he can like talk someone to death, like the Joker is a scrawny incel. If he had no motivation.
I first of all misheard you at first and thought you said Josh Groban, and that's so funny. The idea of a villain who's just motivated by trying to make moms wet. Like that's that I want to see. I would if that's his motivation, I'm into it. In terms of genre, I expect every Pixar movie to terrify me, as much as Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's functionally the same as Up to me.
All right. Well, there's no way that I could pick a winner here. So it's going to be up to you, the audience, to choose the winner. So head into the Pick a Side Stupid poll right below this video on YouTube, right where it says voting link. Click on that, and you can vote for RA or Joe. And while people are voting, maybe I can ask this question of James Sheehan. Hey, James.
Hey.
So this is a question from Mike Cox, and Mike actually he recommended this topic this week. So I want to make sure that we answer his very important question here, and it is: who would win in a fight, Superman or the Hulk?
Like, what are the grounds? Is it like a fair fight or like street rules? Like what?
I'm gonna say, yeah, everything goes, man.
I mean, I want the Hulk to win. He's a hunk, you know. I gotta go with him. I feel like I got like not like an opinion. I guess it's an opinion question. I got a lot of pressure just picking what my preference is. I don't know. Green's really easy to side with, and I'm not really like big on Superman. I just watched him in a couple of the animated movies, and it's kind of lame. Plus, like, I don't know, Kryptonite's also green, and I don't know, Superman could have like a lapse of judgment and just think the Hulk's just like one giant thing of kryptonite. I don't know. But his Hulk's like alter ego is also like Bruce Banner is a scientist, so he's also really smart. Like Superman, like, we don't really talk about like Superman being like a smart dude. He's just strong, so he could just be like dumb as rocks. Like, I don't know. He doesn't really go to school ever. What are his qualities besides flying and flying faster? Like, I don't know. It's
Ability to leap tall buildings in a single bound.
well, yeah, but the Hulk can do that. But the Hulk doesn't have like a tagline. He's not like braggadocious about it. He just fucking does it. He's like, wow, hey, look, it's the Hulk, able to smash and have to, you know, some other tagline. Hulk just comes in, gets the job done, and goes, all right, I'm out. He doesn't have some like, I don't know, like hey, you have to protect society and like do this, and here's the right. Hulk's just like, ugh, and just pieces out. Like that's what I want out of my superhero. Go and get the job done. It's like it's like industrial workers. They don't like brag about what they just go in, go to work, hard day, enjoy a sandwich, and just I don't know, go home and go to bed at 6 o'clock at night. So it's
Yeah. All right. Well, I think you're right. The Hulk would win, and also Hallie is letting us know that the Hulk does have a.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't have it. Okay, the catchphrase.
that's the thing.
It's
All right.
so funny that they call him the Thing. So fucked.
All right. Well, let's look at the results here and see who was voted the winner. And it is a close one, but Joe Polana has won this round. So Joe will be moving on to the next round. And thanks, RA. And I'll be asking you another question if you want to stick around. I'd like to hear your opinion on some more stuff. All right, let's see who is next. It is, Hallie Griffin and Jerpal Apple. So, Hallie, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first. Change it up.
Ooh.
Okay. Let's see. So you can choose from origin, powers, or wild card.
Let's go origin. Origin stories are my favorite.
Okay. So this is like if a superhero could control animals, the animals of their namesake, like I think Squirrel Girl can do that, but not all superheroes that have that name like can control those animals. So if they could, who would be the scarier hero? Wolverine or Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. Have you ever seen a Wolverine in person? They're tiny. They're tiny little weak animals. That's why in the comics, Wolverine is like 5'5" canonically. It's because he's a small but aggressive animal. But guess what? I deal with small aggressive animals all the time. There's 2 in my room right now. No, it's terrifying to everybody. Fucking spiders. A spider lays like 1 million eggs at one time. If you get your hands on one little egg sac, you have 1 million spiders underneath your control at any given period. Imagine you can't fit a Wolverine inside of a mouth. Imagine somebody with the ability to control spiders, and they make all the spiders crawl into your mouth while you're sleeping. Everybody's worst nightmare. One Wolverine, how many Wolverines can you fight off at one time? Like probably 2. How many spiders can you fight off? 1, and then you run from the room. If there's more than 1 spider in a room, you're dead.
I resent the implication that I can't force a Wolverine into somebody's mouth. It's under my control. It's doing what I want. It's crawling into somebody's mouth, and it's going to be furry in there for a long time. Yeah, Wolverines are scary. They bite, they growl, they make noises. And if you're in canyons, that's going to, ricochet off around. If you've seen The Lion King, you've seen them kill a lot of things that are much bigger than them. Also, they're hilarious, which is also scary in its way. If we've all seen the Joker, yeah, I gotta go with Wolverines for sure. Because spiders, you squish a spider, it's done. You need 1 million of them because they're so easy to kill. A Wolverine, they're like a dog. Are you so heartless that you would kill a dog? I would hope not. Sociopath. Time.
I'd kill a dog if somebody was trying to stuff it into my mouth, which, by the way, I could see coming from a mile away. No, it can't see being stuffed into your mouth. Spiders when you're sleeping. Also, Wolverines are Canadian, and those aren't scary. You know what's scary? Australian spiders, which are huge. You can't squish an Australian spider. It's the size of your fucking foot. You meet somebody who can control an Australian spider, you're dead, Jer Palapple. You and your little Wolverine dog too.
Wolverines can run up to 30 miles per hour. You're not stopping that thing before it gets in your mouth. Second of all, they kind of look like skunks, which is also scary on its own. You don't know what it is until you're up close and it's saying I'm a Wolverine because I made it say that it's a Wolverine before it kills you. It's just science and also probably magic. Which is also on its own a different kind of scary. Spiders, they're like what? They got like they're tiny. You can barely see them.
All right. Well, a lot of good points, but there's no way that I can choose a winner. So head into the poll right below the video on YouTube where it says voting link. And while people are voting, let's take a look at Joe Polana's background.
Oh, you right. Self-care is important.
Pandemic's hitting Joe's apartment hard.
I mean, this is within literally minutes of the Howard the Duck movie. You get full frontal duck nudity that is gracefully obscured in this photo, but who the fuck was that for? It is like that was a time in the 80s when they just did not make movies that were for anybody. Like way too many tits for like children, not enough logic for adults.
Yeah, it was a magical time in cinema. People are voting now. So I can ask this question of maybe Nick Marcucci, maybe R.A. Bartlett. R.A., could you answer this for me? This is a question from Tyler Derniak, who I think he's watching tonight. He's been commenting. So Tyler wants to know if DC gains statehood, is it only fair that Marvel also gains statehood?
Well, I don't want that to happen because if you read the Marvel versus DC series from the 90s, DC was blue and Marvel was red, and I don't want another red state.
Oh, man.
All right.
Also, refugees, like I think Marvel has more like fictional alien races. So we'd have like Skrulls and Kree and all that. It would be like a major demographic clusterfuck.
Okay, yeah. So nobody should be gaining statehood, is what you're saying.
No, I think we should have less states. I think we should just have like 3.
Okay. All right. So in your scenario, is it like the U.S. is just like the West, the middle, like Middle Earth, and then the East, or is it just like Massachusetts, Utah, and like North Dakota?
There's Dakota Fornia. There's Virgin Island. To just show the other Virgin Island what's up, and and Super Vermont.
Okay. I like it. Sounds great. All right, the results are in from this matchup, and our winner in another close one. Our winner is Hallie Griffin. So Hallie will be moving on to the next round. Okay. And our final debate of the first round will be with Chloe Cunha and James Sheehan. So Chloe, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second, please.
Second. Okay, James, you can pick between Powers or Wild Card.
Let's do wild card, please, Sean.
Okay. Your question is If you had to wear one superhero's costume to work every day, this is from Mike Cox, and he left this as an open-ended question, but I gave two options because I wanted to narrow it down just so that they had to face off against each other. But if you had to wear one superhero's costume to work every day, who would you choose, Catwoman or the Hulk?
I mean, it has to be Catwoman just because my work requires like closed-toed like footing, and I don't think the Hulk wears shoes. So it's really detrimental to like a factory environment that I'm only wearing tattered shorts. As hot as that would look, it would really slow down work production. I don't think anyone in my work is watching this, but even if I dressed up as Catwoman, I would not be looking the most scandalous. So I'm not really worried about that time.
Well, listen, a lot of changes have occurred during this pandemic, and one of them is I am no longer wearing a bra. So, yeah, give me those little short shorts and boom, I'm ready. Let's do this. I like the color purple. It's a flattering purple. It's a flattering color, you know. I'm not green. Green goes better with purple, but I think purple goes well anyway. It's fine. I'm gonna free the boob. I'm gonna free the nip. And who needs shoes? I'm already not wearing a shirt. I'm not getting service. You know? So yeah, fuck it. It's a brave new world. I stay at home anyway. My work is on furlough, so don't need a shirt. Don't really need pants. In fact, preferably I would just not wear anything. Might just be a nudist. I don't know if there are any superheroes that are nudists. I can't think of one off the top of my head. But you know, I think Hulk should be a nudist. Let his dong out. People want to see it. Who are we kidding? Getting a little off topic, but yeah, I'd love to wear little purple shorts all the time. Not a dominatrix, unfortunately, so the Catwoman suit just wouldn't suit me. I think it's also very tight. Uh, when Michelle Pfeiffer wore it, it was factory sealed. Oh.
Yeah, factory seal is important when you work in a warehouse. And I also I have to work with like a soldering iron, and as much as like the dominatrix appearance gives off the impression that I would enjoy pain, soldering irons really fucking hurt like anywhere, like if that metal like gets on anywhere in your body. So it's real like the Catwoman costume is really like the definition. It's OSHA like approved at this point. So you can't really, time.
Yeah, I mean, soldering irons definitely hurt. So what you really want to do is for leather to fuse to your skin when it touches that instead. That's going to work really well for you. Whereas me, I'm going to be full of burns. I'll come work at your place. Why not? They'll love my outfit. Listen, I'm going to start an OnlyFans. It's going to be called She-Hulk. That's already taken. Well, shit. I think it's gonna work. I don't think I'm gonna be sued. Everybody loves a naked lady. Why not? I'm embracing it.
All right, a lot of good points here, but there's no way that I could choose on my own. So please head into the link below. And I'm being told in the comments that the stream is very delayed. So I'm going to try and stall also. But vote below where it says voting link. You can vote for James Sheehan or Chloe Cunha. And I did like that when Chloe said, "Are there any nudist superheroes?" I went to Google nudist superheroes, which I probably shouldn't just Google naked people because I start getting that gets you a lot of weird ads when you're let's mix superheroes and nudity. But before I got any results, R.A. Bartlett and Hallie beat Google. Their speed was faster. Google will tell you how quick they were, but R.A. reminded us all that Dr. Manhattan, of course, famously nude, and Hal was letting us know that Mystique also laying it out on the line there for everybody. So good work.
Nightcrawler's mom.
Nightcrawler is not nude?
No, his mom is Mystique.
Oh, okay.
Nightcrawler's mom.
Those are
Gotcha.
both
got it going
bluest,
on.
though.
I thought you said Nightcrawler's numb, but like while taking a drink, just like let's all get numb.
I mean, if you're nude enough, it's bound to happen.
Nightcrawler was naked in the issue. I'm gonna stop.
Okay. All right. Well, while we're waiting for the results, maybe I could ask this question of Rachel Dunbar. Rachel, this question was submitted by James Sheehan, actually. And he asked, would you rather fight one Batman or 100 Bat Boys?
Well, you all know how I feel about little boys. Anytime I get to stick it to the like establishment or the bourgeoisie, I take it. So I'm gonna punch Batman right in the kisser, cause he sucks.
Yeah. All right. Great. So Batman going down, Bat Boys, they get to live another day. And let's see how people voted on this last matchup between James and Chloe. And it's worth pointing out, Katie Baker is reminding us that every superhero can get naked. So, there's no real wrong answer here. You dress how you want. And the results are in, and we have a winner. And Chloe Cunha is our winner this round. So Chloe will be moving on to the next round. Okay, we got 4 comics left, 3 questions left, 3 debate questions left, and a couple of opinions to hear still. So this next one will be between Joe Polana and Nick Martucci. So, Joe, do you want to go first or second?
I think I would like to go second, please, Sean.
Second, okay. So, Nick, you can choose between any of these now. We'll start over. So, origin, powers, villains, friends, or wild card.
We're going back to the Super Friends.
Okay. So, would you rather be able to communicate with and be assisted by sea creatures like Aquaman or squirrels like Squirrel Girl?
Squirrels. I mean, if you're not on a coastal area, your sea creature talking is pretty limited. I feel like squirrels are pocket size. You can carry them anywhere. They're vicious. They are vicious little creatures. You can put those anywhere you'd like. You put a fish anywhere but water, it dies pretty quickly. It's not going to do much help for your everyday life, I think, unless you're some sort of fisherman or sailor or seaman of the sort. I'm a squirrel guy myself. I want a few little furry little buddies. I think I've established that I like my furry little buddies. Time.
My acorns are my own. I don't want to share, and I don't. That's how it is. And I don't know. DC is just sleeping on this, but there is an aquatic amoeba that will eat people's brains. If it's a parasite that eats brains and I believe causes people to shit themselves to death. So that is microscopic. You just need a couple water bottles and you command brain eating shit killers. That's people are not going to be making fun of the Aquaman after they witness brainless person shitting themselves to death. I think it's not my fault that it's been overlooked by DC Comics. But if you you don't need a coast. You just need a shit killing brain eating amoeba. And a shark. I mean, that's cool. Don't you want to know what fish say to each other? That's such a weird aspect that they have like conversations with Aquaman that he's like gossiping with these fish.
I feel like a squirrel also has the ability to eat brains. I think that that's pretty. If you have the teeth and the willpower, you can eat a brain. We've learned that through Dr. Hannibal Lecter. I think a squirrel is about as smart as Hannibal Lecter. I think brains are consumable for most creatures, and I don't have to go near water or hope that somebody just happens to have a parasite nearby. I don't know where the parasites are. I can't see them. I can see squirrels. I know, hey, there's one. You do my bidding for me.
And allow me to hoist you by your own petard. You can't see the amoeba. Exactly. You don't know the parasites that could eat your brains around you, but Aquaman does. He hears them talking shit about each other, like so loud. Everyone knows this. Amoebas you can't take anywhere. They are little bitches. They are sassy. You know they're around if you speak the language. So he knows, you don't know. Boom. You're not fighting off an amoeba. You don't know it's there. You're fighting off a squirrel. Maybe badly. I'll give you that. It might be a fight. But you know it's there. There's no sneaky squirrels. They're chitter.
All right. A lot of good points here, but it's going to be up to you, the audience, to choose your winner. So head into the Pick a Side Stupid poll right below the video on YouTube and click on your favorite here, whether it's Nick Marcucci or Joe Polana. And while people are voting, I can ask another opinion question. And this one, maybe I could ask of Jer Palapple. Jer, this question was asked by Steve Albert, and what he wants to know is, would you rather be a mutant or be genetically enhanced?
Tough one. I think I would rather take the genetic enhancement, just because the mutant thing kind of pops up during puberty for all of them, and that's already a nightmare situation. So I'd rather just have some weird thing happen to my genes, and then I can see through leather or some shit, whatever. I don't know. I tried to find something that would be useful or not useful enough, something that wouldn't be perverted, until I realized that you can make clothes out of leather. Fuck. I would use it for good only. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Genetically enhanced. I guess that's the way to go, right? Was it like Wolverine was changed, right? But were there other mutants, or like other X-Men, I should say? So X-Men are made of mutants, and then Wolverine. Is he the only one?
Well, he was a mutant.
He is a
who
mutant,
was
but his
also
power is
genetically
healing.
fucked with.
So.
Okay. So because his power was healing, they were like, that's not that useful. Let's put some weapons on you.
Yeah, he
Gave him
survived.
steroids.
He survived some crazy experiments because of his powers,
Gotcha.
which led to him having other situations.
Right on. Cool. Sweet. Well, the results are in, and this round, the crowd has voted for Joe Polana. So Joe will be moving on to the finals tonight. And let's see who he's going to face off against. This next matchup is between Chloe Cunha and Hallie Griffin. So Chloe, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second again, please.
Second. Okay. So Hallie, you can pick from origin, powers, villains, or wild card.
Had a little bit of bourbon tonight. Let's go wild card.
Wild card. Okay. Your question is from Steve Albert, and he asks, which Muppet would do better in the MCU? And your options are
Miss Piggy. I don't know. It's Miss Piggy.
Your options are Gonzo or Animal.
Can I pick Miss Piggy?
I mean, you can make your case for whoever you want.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Gonzo because I'm a Nightcrawler fan and he's blue. They're both blue. I don't know. I think Gonzo, he's got that big ass nose. That's already like that probably has to be a superpower in some universe, right? What's Animal's power? Being a drug addict? I think that's what he's supposed to be. Yeah, meth, heroin, both. Can you take both? Is that allowed? Is that okay? Well, Gonzo, I don't know. He's a pretty straight-laced guy. He's always the straight man. I feel like he'd do well in the universe because, like, being a straight man but being visibly different, that gives you a lot of angst. So that coupled with his superpower of like superhuman smelling and looking different, and I don't know, always having a rat following him around. Maybe he's in charge of rats. Like that question about who, if you could control an animal. He's always got Ratso Rizzo around. He can make Ratso Rizzo do whatever he wants. He has superhuman smelling, and he's blue. Yeah, my roommates are watching a movie right now, and I can hear them knocking, telling me to shut up. Not going to. Yeah, I think Gonzo's gonna do way better than that fucking meth head Animal. Go drum, Animal. What's your superpower? Drumming?
Wow. I am incensed at this Animal slander. You want to know what Animal's power is? He's a rock god. Okay? Drums, and he fucks you up with his crazy ass rhythms. Where's he going? You don't even know. He's faster than the speed of sound, man, and he's making those sounds. That's crazy, okay? Can you imagine him fighting those flailing arms? You'll never know what hit you. Oh, are you kidding? He would beat you like a drum. Joe Biden reference. I don't know. Politics. Timely. Listen. My brain is going so fast. It's like I'm Animal drumming. I'm out of control. Animal would fucking rock, right? He would be. Look, Animal's too good for the MCU. Okay, MCU isn't cool enough for Animal. Animal has that fucking cool ass collar. Animal is a rock legend. What do the MCU do? They save people. Animal saves you with music. Song.
Went over your time. So I'm gonna say, being a rock legend is not a fucking superpower. Is Iggy Pop a superhero? Is Steve Perry a superhero? Is that guy from AC/DC whose name I'm a little too drunk to remember right now? Is he a superhero? Is Billie Eilish a superhero? Is Miley Cyrus a superhero? I'm out of people. You know what? Yeah, Animal doesn't fit in the MCU. He fits in the DC universe where all the lame ass humans with enough power and privilege get to become superheroes, a la Batman. Gonzo is the ultimate.
Oh yeah, unlike Tony Stark, who's what? Just a rich man with money too. Get the fuck out of here with that. You know what? Billie Eilish isn't a super villain. I thought we all knew that. All those other people, have you seen them during the day? No, because during the day they're doing superhero business, and at night they have concerts. Okay, this is like, I thought everybody knew that rock gods like also like save kittens from trees.
All right, a lot of good points here, but it's going to be up to you, the audience, to choose your winner. So head into the Pick a Side Stupid poll right below the video in the description on YouTube. You can click that link where it says voting link, and then you can vote for Hallie or Chloe. And while people are voting, why don't I ask?
I always get the Muppet question.
I was honestly upset at how rude you were to Animal. That's not right. Good-natured
Animal
little man.
cruelty.
He's a
Animal's
good-natured
not a
little man who
superhero,
loves music.
Maybe I could ask this question of Nick Marcucci.
What do you want? Do you want in or out?
Nick.
That her roommates again?
She only lives with cats and calls them her roommates.
No, it was my roommates before. My cat cannot knock.
So,
That'd be cool though. If your cat could knock.
oh, Nick, your question. This is an opinion question. So, let me know what you think. But if you are arm fall off boy and you're in a fight, do you take your arm off and use it as a club, or keep it attached and fight like a normie?
You don't have, this isn't an opinion question. You don't have that option if you're arm fall off boy. That is your power. I'm not keeping my arm on my body if I'm arm fall off boy. The arm is falling off. I'll club people with arm fall off boy is one of the best characters that we need to see in the cinematic universe. I love arm fall off boy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not an opinion. That is true. Arm fall off boy cannot keep his arm on.
It's just the truth. Okay.
If you're Batman, do you want to fight dressed as a bat? Or just like a normie?
I don't know. I guess as a bat? I'm going to go with the bat. Okay.
That's a good opinion, Sean.
Yeah. Yeah, Arm Fall Off Boy is a character that I learned about today. So that was fun. But let's see how people voted on this one. Oh, in a close one, decided by one vote, our winner is Hallie Griffin. So Hallie will be facing off. I know.
Animal disrespect is not okay. It's not okay.
Sorry.
Despite the things that she said about Animal, she'll be in the finals here. So
listen, it's 2021. Animal would be canceled by now.
That probably would have been my argument.
Woman. but the most woke approach to female guest stars. Except for Rita
You know who's
Moreno,
never
she fucking
disrespected a woman?
handled him.
Gonzo.
Gonzo
No,
is
he's
never
got those
seen a
chickens.
woman. Gonzo's an incel. I
Oh
don't
no, he sang
remember
a beautiful
He's in a
song.
loving, gay,
to,
committed relationship with
fuck.
Ratso Rizzo.
What's her name from the Mel Brooks movies?
Madeline Kahn.
Madeline Kahn and Gonzo have a really tender moment.
Aw, that's nice.
Yeah, he sings the wishing song.
I do want to say because Chloe had mentioned a reference to politics earlier, that Animal probably would send you a $2,000 check faster than Biden.
That's
so
true. That's real.
He's got that going for him.
We'd send it all
By
at
that.
once.
He'd just send you, and he'd probably send you too many. He'd just keep sending them. You know, she's like, what does Animal do? It doesn't matter, you know, it's Animal. Our finals are against as Hallie Griffin and Joe Polana, and our question is going to be from the powers category, because we have not had any questions from it yet. So Hallie, do you want to go first or second?
You know what? First has been working well for me recently. I'm going to go with first.
Okay, first. Great.
Yeah.
So, on the theme of politics, which we were just talking about, this question is from Amy Rubin, and Amy wants to know if we're not doing presidential debates anymore, and instead, should we simply have the candidates try to lift Thor's hammer at a county fair in Iowa to prove their merit, or have Mantis read their thoughts out loud on national television?
Ooh. Okay, I am going to go with Thor's hammer, and I'm going to explain it thoroughly. Again, I've had a few. I'm very sorry. So nobody ever thinks good thoughts constantly. You always have like one asshole thought running around in your brain, and that's just part of being human. And it doesn't make you a bad person. It just means sometimes you think the person who cut you off in traffic should be killed, but that only lasts for a second. So who's to say if Mantis is reading your thought at that moment? Of course, Cosmo. Sorry. Would you? My cat keeps trying to kill himself. He's just like ran full force at my window. Okay. So if Mantis is reading your thought, of course you're thinking competitive, angry thoughts towards your opponent, but that doesn't measure your character. You know what does measure your character? Picking up Thor's hammer. If you can pick up Thor's hammer, you should be president not only of the US, but of the entire world, because it means you're a good person. You know what that means? Captain America should be the ruler of the world. Chris Evans should be ruler of the world, even though he hung out with Ted Cruz at one time.
Yeah.
I mean, you're only a good person by the standards of the Norse gods, right? Like, the Vikings famous for raping and pillaging across several continents. Like, I don't know that necessarily means your leadership material. That being said, mind control, I think like a lot of politicians, like a lot of comedians, I don't care. I mostly just am looking for one thought, and that's, do they like me? Do they like me? They like me. They like me. Do they like me? They like me. Yeah, I should be president because everyone likes me. That's, I think, what I'm doing as the Mantis. Plus, if I get married, I get to eat my husband's head. I don't know if that's canon, but Mantis all the way. Also, I had to work late, and then I had one beer, and I haven't eaten, and I'm small, and so this is a very belligerent debate. The two of not on any kind of wavelength.
Job.
Oh, Joe, we're the same person. We have one alcohol, and then it's gonzo time. You know what? If somebody can pick up Thor's hammer, that means they like everybody. So everybody knows that this one person likes them. That's what being a good person is liking everybody without any question whatsoever, right? Okay. You know what? If we're gonna cancel gods because they have rape in their myths, guess what? We're canceling every single culture's gods.
I'm okay with that. I think we should do that and only vote for people that like me, right? Like that. I mean, and from growing up Catholic, I know God does not like me or anyone. That's what you're taught growing up Catholic. That you're born bad. That's so stupid. So I'm fine with canceling gods. I like people that like me. I don't like Ted Cruz. I am glad he didn't go to Cancun because I don't want to see him on a beach.
All right. A lot of good points here, but it's going to be up to you, the audience, to choose your winner. So head into the Pick a Side Stupid poll right below and vote for your winner, whether it's Hallie Griffin or Joe Polana. And while people are voting, let's ask an opinion question of this is, let's see, maybe James can help me out with this one. James Sheehan.
Need help?
Yeah, this is actually just a this is just a debate question that we didn't get to, but I want to know your opinion on it.
Okay.
So this is from the powers category, and would you rather be able to control the weather like Storm or control the weather like Bill Gates?
What?
Did you not know that Bill Gates could control the weather?
No.
Oh. Maybe everybody didn't see the story, but he made it cold and he made it snow in Texas. That's the
like the conspiracy. Oh, okay. So like the microchip. Yeah. I guess Bill Gates, because he's also got a lot of money. I mean, like, I don't know how financially backed Storm is, and I don't know. Just in general, it'd be cool to control the weather, because my brother he has a master's in atmospheric science. He's been looking for work, so we could run this like long con where he sends like letters to people saying like, hey, it's going to be this weather, and I just make it happen with Bill Gates microchip money. And yeah, get him a job and get him out of this apartment. Yeah, it'd be great. Because I'm a really nice person. Just like Bill Gates. Hopefully Bill Gates makes it sunny and 70, soon, and that's just the weather. Just the weather forever. People blame Bill Gates for Texas. Do they understand that Colt? That's just like the jet stream. Like the jet stream's been around.
They thought it was fake snow. Like literally, there
They
were
thought it was
TikToks of people trying to burn the snow. Like, you guys, it won't burn. What's happening? It won't burn because they don't understand like basic science.
It's a screensaver.
Wow. I had to getting off topic. I had to try and really like legitimize what would be the New England equivalent to what Texas experienced with the snow. Because like a lot of people just like got snow and they didn't know what to do. I was like, what weather system would have to hit Massachusetts at like what time of year for them to... Do you think a tornado would just be like...
Well, we did get a few
we
tornadoes
get one
back
every
in
now and then, but not the way that the South gets them. And we get everything else, so that's
maybe like an earthquake. An earthquake would really like
Yeah, I would say that tornadoes
a lot of
are.
gymnasts.
We have had them in
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
we don't.
But also the way to make sure that you don't get damaged by a tornado is to not build anything in the area that a tornado might hit.
No,
they will just rip through like concrete buildings, like brick buildings.
No, matter. You just build Pullman and you just get a belt and you tie it to the pipe of a you're fine, man. That's and
So this is really off topic, but Twister was like Helen Hunt, like my girlfriend, that was like a sexual awakening for her.
Thank you.
My favorite Helen Hunt movie.
It's a great Helen Hunt movie.
I know I've talked about that before. I think didn't we have a Helen Hunt episode? Did I make that up?
We did not have a Helen Hunt episode, but she's been like the topic on this. Like she's been like brought up on this show many times.
What was that? Disaster movies, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
I think Twister just gets brought up a lot.
We talked about the nips in one episode.
It was probably like the question that was like, was she better with the wet shirt in Twister or with the wet shirt in As Good as It Gets? Because both of those movies, she did like a wet T-shirt scene in.
Oh boy!
You should dry her clothes. That's a constant issue that she has.
But it's never off topic to talk about Helen Hunt. She's of course a beautiful woman, and why wouldn't you want to talk about her? So, all right. Last question while people are still deciding here. Let me ask this of Jer Palapple. Jer, this is from the villains category that we didn't get to here. But would you rather, if you were like a superhero, would you rather battle a god that like had a plan and was trying to like execute a very specific plan, or a human that just wanted to like create chaos?
Yeah, of course I'm gonna do the human. That sounds easy. I don't want to be out all night. I just, let me wrap up my superhero stuff in an hour and a half, 2 hours tops, and then I go home and I can hang out and sleep and whatever. Why would I fight a god? Like if a god wants to like do terrible things, I think that's their prerogative. That's why they were, I don't want to say elected, but something chose them and made them the way they were.
All right, yeah, good point. All right, I'm gonna hit the countdown for the vote now, but I do have one more question, and maybe Chloe can answer this one for me. But the question is, if you had to have one of Squirrel Girl's traits, there's a lot of Squirrel Girl questions tonight because I just learned she existed, and it's really a fun comic book character to talk about.
You got to read some of those books.
She's a fan favorite.
Yeah, but if you had to have one of her traits, which would you choose? A fluffy 4-foot-long tail, or sizable buck teeth strong enough to chew through wood?
Both horrifying options. I'm vain, so I'm gonna go with the tail. You can't really hide like just protruding teeth. That's just your whole face now. That's like whatever else was happening visually. All anybody's ever gonna see is your like like fucking tusks, basically. Whereas a tail, you can just be like, well, I'm a furry, and that's at least understandable instead of having like like freakishly huge teeth. You know, people would be a little surprised. And a tail you could do things with. You could hang from a tree. Extra arm, right? It's kind of like you could, if it's prehensile. I'm guessing it is, because otherwise, what the hell is my fucking tail for? um, and everyone likes a little fur. That's kind of nice. It'll be hard to sleep. I will say that would be hard, but I'd adjust. I can sleep
Yeah.
on my side if I want. I'm thinking about this way too much.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. So tail, I think RA had an opinion that you look like you wanted to say that you would go buck teeth here, RA.
No, I think like basically for Squirrel Girl, what I like is the ability to be created by comics legend Steve Ditko, but not be a mouthpiece for Ayn Rand's philosophy. That's
All right. Lot of good points here. And we don't even have to choose a winner of this debate because you're both winners. But for the finals of the night, the matchup that was Hallie versus Joe, the votes are in, and in a close matchup, Joe Polana is our winner for the night. Nice job, Joe. Anything else you want to tell us tonight, Joe? Any speeches you want to make or anything like that?
Oh boy. It was a lot of fun tonight. I had a great time. I highly recommend watching out of context clips from X-Men the animated series. I can't recommend it enough. Just Wolverine sad in bed going, gee.
Nice.
10 out of 10.
All right. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Thanks everybody for debating, and thanks to everybody that's been watching and commenting and voting. It's been a fun time tonight, and we'll be back next week with a show, I think, about Harrison Ford, which means I'm going to spend all week watching Star Wars and Indiana Jones, and then also regarding Henry, because you got to level it off a little bit. So
Blade Runner.
And Blade Runner, which
Yeah,
I've
Blade
never
Runner.
seen, so I'll watch Blade Runner.
I want to say you're not gonna like Blade Runner because I
bet
think
you're
Blade
right.
Runner is like the most anti-Sean Carter movie.
I think I've made a good choice not watching it so far, but I'm gonna watch it for this reason specifically. So
We're going to enjoy the Regarding Henry trilogy, though. The first one.
You also have to watch Working Girl and Witness.
Okay. I
In
didn't even know
6
this
days,
was-
7 nights.
All right. I have a lot of homework this week,
Especially-
so
You should watch at least one of his Conan appearances where he doesn't give a fuck about being there.
All right, cool. Well, it's been a great time. Thanks, everybody. And we'll see you next week. Bye.